This is an orientation tour for a simple WordPress.com site. So this little pretend site just has 3 entries, 3 posts, and I'll point out the main features on the screen. And orienting yourself as to which screen you're looking at is one of the things you have to overcome if you're going to manage comfortably. So up here is My Sites. Now that'll take us off to any other WordPress sites we've got, which accompany this one. The Reader is if you want to look at other people's blogs. Right here indicates that if you tap that, which I will in a moment, we'll start a new post, a new entry. This little icon shows a little miniature version of me, and that shows that I'm logged in. I'm not just looking at this on the web as any member of the public can do. It means I'm logged in as the administrator. At the top, there is a home page which shows the entire blog that the public can see, or your subscribers can see, whichever you have. And About is another page. So these two are pages, and what we can see here are posts. That's a distinction. So a post is like a page, an article, an item, and there's just 3 of them here. Here is one of a couple of so-called widgets. So this one simply lists the history of the site, and there's just 3 entries. This is another widget. It's the categories one. And so for this little pretend site, I've been categorizing the posts according to where they are set, since this is a travel blog. So those are the 4 categories I've got. Over here, I've got the date, who wrote it, and something about comments, and there's some images and a little bit of text. Down the bottom, it says this one hasn't been categorized yet. I need to do that. And here's the button I'm looking for, the edit one. So when I tap that, we'll go into edit mode so we can modify this post. So I'll tap that and see where it takes us. So now we're in edit mode so we can modify this particular post. And there's some tools up the top and a few options here. So we'll look at them. So there's pretty much the same view, but you've got these editing tools. Now this little cog opens up the admin bar or block for this entry. So there's it's on the document mode now. If I switch to block, and I'll talk a bit more about blocks in a moment, that gives you 2 different views. That's the overall view of the site or the blog, and this will close down that view so you can open and shut this little admin bar as you like. So I'll just leave it on. So I'll talk now a bit about blocks. So in recent times, WordPress has changed the editing style to what they call a block one. The classic one is a view as you would have seen if you've done any editing of websites at all, which is a view where you have the menu bar up the top and everything is controlled by that menu bar. The block system looks a bit different, but it seems to be a much more powerful way of operating. And so what it means is, I'll switch to the block mode over here, is that each of these bits of content is a separate block. So if I tap that one, that's that bit of text, and there are some controls. So I'll tap off that. That was a paragraph block there. This is an image block, and as I've tapped on it, you can see some controls here. And I'll move down, I tap this one, and that's a paragraph one. And so it means that every separate item is categorized as a particular type of block. And the blocks can be moved up and down, as the name suggests. So if I tap here, we can see some of the controls. I'll tap here. So this one is currently a paragraph one. I'll tap away. Whoops, go back to that. That's the paragraph symbol. And here's your text layout, bold, etc. This little dot symbol here always represents a menu. So I'll open that up. And this gives you important, it gives you the block settings. So you can duplicate it. If you want to do another paragraph, you can just tap that. You can insert another block before it, you can insert another block after, and those are two that you use quite a lot. And if you want to get rid of this block, just tap that one. So I'll leave that, and I'll tap now on the lower one. This is the image one. That's the little symbol for images. If you want to change the style of that or the nature of this block, you can open this up and tap one of these, and you've got dozens of different blocks, but there are only a few of them that make up most of the business, obviously enough. That's a editing one, which enables you to go and change the image in that image one, and there's our menu button again. So there they go. So I'll just add another one. I'll say I'm going to put another paragraph afterwards. I'll tap here, and there it is. It's an empty block, and I'll tap in a bit of quick text. There we go. So this allows you to change it to a different style. Now, I've tapped on that little paragraph block there that's got the couple of nonsense words. These are important symbols. This arrow will pop it up one, or this one will take it down. So I'll just click that, and it will now jump down below the picture of the jam factory. So that's the basic function of blocks. There are lots and lots of them that you can explore. Now I'm going to say I've done my editing, and I'm going to update. So I'll tap here, and that will save. It's automatically saving anyway, but it's when you've it doesn't formally update it until you tell it to. So now we've got view the post. And this means we're now zooming out to see the whole blog. And that's the one I modified. And there's my little bit of nonsense text down the bottom of that picture. So that's the essence of editing.